Welcome to another Unleashed Legend Spotlight video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at Vi, Piltover Enforcer. Vi has a very interesting ability that can allow you to ready one of your units, but this can only be triggered if you've assigned 3 or more excess damage when you conquer a battlefield. While this has a very impactful ability, this could also be very tough to trigger against some decks that are either really good at holding or decks that don't want to be on battlefields at all, like Lucian. One of the ways to maximize this is making sure you can make the might of your units high enough to always be able to assign at least 3 or more excess damage, and that'll also go well with her signature gear. For battlefields, we have some that allow us to draw extra cards just to make sure we have some of that consistency, and then things that can help us with triggering the Vi Legend and signature gear. Starting off, we have Sunken Temple. This deck whole goal is to make large units, so we should be able to be conquering this with a mighty unit to get some extra draw. Other draw will be Zon Warrens. This is just when you conquer here, discard a card, draw 1. This allows us to filter through our deck. It's not necessarily going to be upping cards, but we're going to be able to get rid of cards that we don't need for a certain situation to hopefully get something that can help us a little more. And then lastly, we'll have Forbidding Waste. This is to try and help us get the Legend and Signature Gear trigger abilities. If a unit's defending here alone, it gets -2 might, so this is going to give us just a little more reach. For Chosen Champion, I've selected Vi Destructive. One of the reasons for this is she has Ganking, and if we can get the Vi Legend ability to trigger before or after we've played her, we can ready her, recycle a bunch from her discard, and then get that final point. Or we can use something to ready her, recycle a bunch, go in, conquer one battlefield, trigger the legend ability, ready her, and gank over the other battlefield. Ganking is going to be one of the key pieces to this deck because you can use that to make one big unit and then hit both battlefields in the same turn. That can really allow us to get some extra card draw, getting 2 card draws potentially from the signature gear, and allow us to just use one unit to get 2 points. That could be very beneficial, and that's going to kind of be one of the themes of this deck. For 2 drops, we have Unsung Hero. This fits the theme of the deck really well. We're going to try and make this mighty with the signature gear or maybe BF swords and get some draw out of it when it dies, which this color combo typically has a little bit of struggle when it comes to draw, so this is going to try and help us with that. Now, this is the only 2-drop in the deck right now. I've preferred it with only a few 2-drops because we want more units that have Ganking, can come out ready, bigger mights to start. And so I've went with a lower 2-drop count. That can hurt some of your first turn consistency, so maybe getting another 3 copies of 2-drops in there might be somewhere to upgrade and start with tweaking this list. We have 3 Pike Dockside Butcher. One of the themes, Ganking. This has Ganking, and we can play him, pay a red power, and ready him. So we're able to play him from hand and ready him in the same turn, which is very beneficial for this deck. Not let them see what unit is coming at them in a given turn. To fit the same thing, we have Kaisa Survivor, 3 copies, Accelerate, and then a little bit of draw for the deck. This is a pretty self-explanatory unit, I feel like, for red decks. We have 3 Jin Murderous Artist. This one does not have Accelerator come in ready, but he does have Ganking and Deflect. And then when he moves, you get to get a power and an energy to your rune pool, which is very beneficial with the legend and the signature gear. We're able to move him in. If we get able to trigger the Vi Legend ability, we can ready him, gank over, and we've just gotten 2 energy and 2 power back that we can now use to either play another unit, play another spell, equip some gear, whatever we would like. So that is very good use for this Jin in this deck. We have 2 Rengar Unseen. This is just a really strong unit with a lot of keywords. We can accelerate him. He has Assault 2, so he's attacking for 6, and he has Ganking. Again, we can accelerate him from hand, attach something, make him big enough to trigger the Vi Legend, and then ready him and gank over 2 points from hand. Really good. 3 Darius Trifarian. This is another unit. It doesn't have Accelerate, but if we play the second card of the turn, we'll give him 2 might and ready him, so we'll be able to attack for 7 plus any buffs we give when we play this card, which is really useful. He does not have Ganking, so we will have to have another unit to ready, or we could just ready him and bring him home since he has a powerful unit and we don't want him to get necessarily stuck on a battlefield. We have 3 Ferris Forerunner. I think this is just a card that should be in probably almost every single red deck right now. It's just a really strong unit. It doesn't have Accelerate or Ganking, but it replaces its might with 2 mechs, which is just going to be really good for the deck. We have 2 copies of Sacrifice. This is going to get us a little extra draw. The deck is very good at making units mighty. We can combo this with the Unsung Hero to draw 4 cards. It's just really strong right now in a lot of yellow decks. 2 Tactical Retreat. This will let us save any of our big units, save our Darius. We can save our Jin, whatever we want, Kaisa, to make sure we get keep those big units around since we don't want to lose too many of our units in combats. We have 2 copies of Upstage Comedy. This is to help with the 6 to 8 point win with the Vi. We can play Vi, ready her with the Upstage Comedy, and then recycle a bunch of cards from our trash to get both battlefields conquered with that Vi. There are a few other uses. You could, if you weren't able to trigger the Vi, you can use this with your Ganking unit, so you can play and accelerate when your Ganking units move in, ready it with this, move over to the other battlefield to get your 2 points if you're not able to get that Vi Legend trigger. We have 3 copies of Falling Star, just really strong removal. We do need to have a little bit of removal in this deck. There's a lot of decks that are able to build up some units back in their base and not have too many at the battlefield, so this is going to let us hit some of those units in base that are going to cause us some issues. We have 3 Seals. Right now, I feel like this deck does have quite a bit of power costs. We have all the accelerates we want to do. A lot of the units do cost a power, like Darius and Rengar, and then if we want to accelerate Rengar, that's 2 red power. There's just a lot of power costs we have to pay in this deck. So if the Seals are meant to help mitigate that, so we're not going down too many runes and are able to still play things turn after turn. We have 2 copies of Longsword. This is to help with some combat tricks to help get us over the threshold for assigning the extra damage and winning some combats. This allows us to, at reaction speed, play against any potential removal with our units or get over any of the combat tricks they might have. We also have 2 copies of Cleave. Again, just to help make our units bigger. This could be Blood Rush if you wanted to go that route. I do like Cleave because I feel like it pairs a little better with Darius, as you can have that 6 energy play and still have a little bit left up for a sacrifice or a tactical retreat on the opponent's turn. Blood Rush is going to only give you Assault 2 if you're not repeating it, and it's just a little bit more energy commitment, so I do like Cleave just a little bit more. And then the signature gear for Vi Hextech Gauntlets. This is one of the main pieces of equipment that we really want to hit as often as we can, game after game. This is going to give us extra draw if we can hit that 3 or more excess damage assigned. With our Ganking units, if they're holding both battlefields, we can potentially trigger this twice. It's just a really strong gear, and we really want to hit at least one of these, if not multiple, every game. Now moving to the sideboard, this is just the mock sideboard I have right now. We have 2 copies of Ash Focused. I think this is a really strong card to be playing in your sideboard. It allows you to, get rid of any trouble cards the opponent might be playing. Against an Aurora deck, you can take away their Dazzling Aurora, and they're going to have a tough time holding to get that Aurora back. It also will force your opponent to try and hold to get that card back, which will put units at battlefields for you to try and trigger your Hextech Gauntlets or your Vi Legend ability. We have 3 copies of Salvage. I think Gear Haste is going to be very important in every sideboard for every deck going into set 3. I think Dazzling Aurora and is going to be really popular with Elder Dragon, and I think there's just a lot of gear that you're going to want to destroy. So I think this could even honestly make the main board as a 1 or 2 of, and the other copies in the sideboard. And lastly, I have 3 copies of Smite. This is just really to try and get rid of some of the trouble units that we might want to deal with, something like Ferris Forerunner. When we use this, we don't have to kill it with this for it to be banished. We just have to kill it after or but when we've played this. So if we play this and then do a Falling Star, or even the other order we could, and kill the Forerunner, we bypass its death knell. Since it's banished instead, it doesn't actually go to the trash. It doesn't actually trigger that death knell. And so that's going to be very important to deal with some trouble things, again, like the Ferris Forerunner, that a lot of decks do have some trouble with. This is the base deck I'm starting with for Vi, Piltover Enforcer. It's got a lot of just play from hand and attack that turn to try and, surprise your opponent as much as possible to get the legend and the signature gear Hextech Gauntlets triggered. Now let's take a look at a few games and see how this deck performs. Alright, playing against a Jinx. I think we're going to do Forbidding Waste because I don't want to give Warrens over to Jinx. Especially because it looks like it's a discard-based version, not with the purple one, but some other discard tech. So I think we'll... do we keep this Rengar? I think we get rid of the Rengar. I think I like the rest of the hand, and we just get rid of the Rengar. I like getting the Kaisa there. That's good. I like keeping the seal there because it'll help us pay for the equip cost of this gauntlet, which could be very useful. We'll definitely throw the gauntlet onto this unsung. Even though the Jinx can get over us, I still think on death drawing 2 is worth it. Let's see, if we go 1, 2, 3, play 1, equip. It doesn't leave us open any, which is kind of painful. I could play it slow and just go for the Jhin. Maybe that's what we do actually. We just play it slow. And hope for no Falling Star. Falling Star wouldn't be the end of the world for us. They'd have to either double ping the Jhin and pay 2 deflect costs, or they'd have to double ping the unsung and just kill it. It's not terrible. I'm fine if they want to do that. They play nothing. Okay. Well. Okay, so they're going to turn their Ez back to hand. Sure. So one of the options I do have is to play the longsword to get the Vi trigger. So I play the longsword to get the Vi trigger. I'll draw a card off the gauntlets, ready the Jin. Move the Jin home so he's not stuck there. Get an energy and a power. I think that's fine. Is it worth hiding there? I should have done the candlelit. It's fine. I missed it. That could have helped if I'd done the candlelit. There. Stranding and energy. I could play the vibe, but I don't think it's worth. So we're going to do that. I think we just go ahead and think about this. Sad they didn't give me an opportunity to reveal this because I could have revealed it and then gone over. I could reveal it and pay a power and gank over. Yeah, that's fine. We'll bring this home. Probably just play as Kaisa from hand. Yeah. I don't want the Kaisa stuck on that Forbidding Wastes. Puts us on an even number, which is good. I don't mind sacrificing the pike. Okay. We can go for that. Two, 5, 7. Don't have enough to kill that and get the Vi and Gauntlet trigger with the Unsung, but I think that's okay. I think we still go in and take that out. Only downside to playing the Kaisa is kind of weak to a Death Rocket, but let's see what they do. Look at I think I only want one gauntlet, so I'm gonna be perfectly honest. So I think we recycle the gauntlets and leave that one on top. Then we go Falling Star, the mix. Sure. Okay. Let's play it again. Let's say I have another abandon in their hand. In which case, I will just play it again. I got a lot of runes right now that I don't mind sinking some energy into playing this again. Sure. I got nothing better than to do with my energy. I got nothing better to do. I feel like I should have just played the seal at this point, but it's fine. I got nothing better to do with my energy this turn. So this is fine. I'm just getting cards out of their hand. I'm more than happy. That's one of the issues with those counter spells. Is I'm in a situation where I don't mind playing the Falling Star a couple times. I could pay. I don't have anything else I'm doing. The hard bargain gets, 4 energy. Sure, I'm not doing anything else. And they left because they understand that they have lost now. Because they can accelerate and take out maybe this, but that's probably all they can do. The rest of their hand's probably dead. And we got a good board here. Even if they kill this, we're going to draw 2 cards, and then we're going to have these equipments back. So they know that they can't do anything. All right, we are against a Yi. This is the new set 3 Yi, so Forbidden Waste isn't as good as against the other Origin Z, or I guess Proving Ground Z, but still good because it's kind of what we want for this deck. Let's get rid of both of those. No, 1 drop is kind of painful, but should be okay. No turn 1 play is really painful. Plays either, he'll be at 6. Or I can cleave to 7. He's not going to play it. He's going to play it there. He's going to hide a card. Pocket Cove. Another unit. Zonia's. Fine if it's Zonia's, it just saves that. Perfectly fine. The question is, I think we just come back and we replay another Zen or Jin. That feels pretty decent to me. Does give them a chance to get a little more experience again, but sure. Going tapping for auction to take that, sure. Control that. Okay, another card. Let's go. Let's go. Since it's stunned, it won't die right now. I could sacrifice it. Draw some cards. That's good. I could sacrifice it to draw. While it has the assault bonus. Because I won't die. They're at 6, I'm at 7. If I sacrifice, draw 2. I have 4 left. I can still accelerate the Rengar. Which means I attack for 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll do it. I think we'll do it. So we'll be attacking for 10 here. Okay. So we can either gank over, but I believe he just needs to come home. Pass there. Yeah, 8 next turn we can play the Forerunner and use the Upstage Comedy to get up to... Okay, so he's just gonna do nothing. I feel like that's an opportunity for us to try and get some points here. So now I have the option of readying him, ganking over. I guess if I was going to do that, I should have done it reverse. So maybe we just hide this. Play Forerunner here. And hide. 1, 2, 3. 6. We'll just play Forerunner here and not hide. I mean, I guess I could. If I hide, I can flip it, gank them both over. I think we go ahead and hide. Might be too aggressive, but I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Five. We'll reveal this. Pay the red so he comes in ready. Bring him home. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Put more cards in my trash. We'll end there. I want one of them to go there. Interesting, he chose that one. Sure. Totally fine with him being over there. Okay. Okay. trying to think if it's worth killing this or I just let him just wait it out. Play the unsung. I don't mind just waiting this out, I think. It's gotta come to me at some point. It's gotta come to me at some point. Okay. That's 7. Sure. This is going to be a tough one to get through. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 on board. Well, for if they kill the Vi, I'm assuming they're going to kill my Vi unit, but 14, 10 on board, 4 in hand. I'm assuming they have a charm. Okay, so they don't have a charm. It's at 5. And we go play Pike. Let's do play Pike. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do we just send it all? They could repeat Thwonk on that and that. We still have 5, 6, 7 coming in. What's the most they can go up? They could do unguard, 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 discipline. 2, 4, 6, 8 to 13. I'd be sending in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 for an even trade. They'd have nothing else in hand. We send this in over here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This would go up to 11, 12, 13, 14, which would get over it. Sure. That's that. It's that. That's that. It's 3. It's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, wait. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. Just send it all. I'm not sure what else they could have. I'm trying to think. I know constant. It's not concentrate. There's the E spell for a buff too. I think that gets +3. That could throw my math off a little bit if they have multiple. I don't remember how much that costs though. Score. Ready that. So assuming they have stuns in hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think we just play the Forerunner here. I don't know if they can get over all of this, but maybe they can. And they can't, so that's just a GG. So that was a few games of this Vi deck that I think really kind of showcase what you're trying to do with the deck. If you noticed, it is very important to make sure you get your units up to that, assigning 3 or more excess damage in Conquerors, so you can get the readies and the card draw, because card draw is very important in this color combo. The removal does come in some key spots. Overall, I do think this deck is very hard to play and is going to be, I don't think one of the top decks, but it is a very fun deck to play once you get it going. Let me know what you think of Vi and if you're excited to try her out in set 3.